What's up guys, it's Will back again, and today's review is Split. Split is a horror thriller film that was written and directed by M. Night Shyamalan and kicks off when three high school girls are kidnapped in broad daylight by a mysterious man. This mysterious man takes the three girls and places them in a secluded location, but these three prisoners quickly realize that this man is not quite who and what they thought he was. James McAvoy's character Kevin Crumb suffers from dissociative identity disorder or DID, and he has 23 different identities living inside his body. The girls eventually realize this, and as they try to figure out a manner of escape, they deal with the different identities that approach the situation in different ways. And the rest of the film is spent watching the three girls interact with Kevin and his multiple personalities, while we also watch a psychologist played by Betty Buckley attempt to help Kevin work through his issues and better understand his disorder. Okay, so Split was one that I was cautiously optimistic for, because I think as many people know by now, M. Night Shyamalan has a bit of a bumpy track record. He did The Sixth Sense and Signs, which are both very good films, and Unbreakable, which is alright, and then he did a lot of not so great movies. But with Split, I think M. Night Shyamalan finally returned to true form and delivered a film that's truly an entertaining and thrilling experience. Split is listed as a horror thriller film, but I think it definitely falls more under the category of thriller than horror, because if you didn't already notice, this film is rated PG-13 and not R. Due to this, there's a lot of scenes that are definitely edgy and scary, but nothing that really shows you too much visually from a violence perspective. A psychological thriller is a much more accurate label, because Split does a really good job of building tension and suspense by having our three prisoners interact with Kevin's various personalities. And these interactions make the film as good as it is because they're just so damn unpredictable. The performance that James McAvoy delivers in this film is easily the best he's ever given in my opinion. I haven't seen all his films or anything, but I've always known that he was a pretty good actor, but in Split he's a great actor. He puts this film on his back and carries it, because without his mesmerizing performances, this would be not much more than your standard run-of-the-mill thriller film. I think he should be nominated for an Oscar for this performance, but it won't happen because the Academy doesn't really ever work like that. But I believe James McAvoy delivered one of the best leading performances of the year here with his extremely unique, lively, and diverse characters. The film advertises 23 different personalities, but in practice you only see about 5 or 6. But these 5 or 6 different personalities are plenty to keep your attention occupied, because each of the 6 feel like they're completely separate from the others. So when the personality changes, the situation and rules for our 3 prisoners change, because each personality views the 3 girls in different ways, and this refreshingly changes the pace and tone of the story, which is really cool actually. But James McAvoy is so good in his roles that he can make you feel a variety of things. He can scare you senseless, he can make you nervous, and he can make you laugh and even make you feel sad for him as well. The range he displays here is pretty damn impressive, and pretty unlike any other role I've seen from a leading actor in 2016, early 2017. Someone else who I really enjoyed in this film was Anya Taylor-Joy. The only other film I've ever seen her in was Morgan, which she was great in too. But here in Split, her and James McAvoy are the clear 2 leads, and they both really do a great job. Part of what's so great about Anya Taylor-Joy's character Casey is how capable and strong-willed she is, but also how M. Night Shyamalan created a fitting backstory for her that helps make her into the person she is during the main events of the film. But I mentioned before that James McAvoy can make you laugh occasionally, and I think sometimes it really works well and adds a bit of lightheartedness to the film in a cool way, and sometimes it adds lightheartedness to the detriment of the film. There are some scenes that are generally pretty humorous and intentionally so it's not like you're going to feel bad for laughing at them or anything, and there are some other scenes that completely kill the thrilling, tension-filled vibe the previous scenes just created. So the mixture of humor in Split is really both a strength and a weakness, because sometimes it's a nice change of pace, and sometimes it feels forced and ruins the path that you and your emotions are being led down as the viewer. One other knock I have on Split is the climax. I think the last 20 minutes or so get amped up and they're really thrilling in all their darkness and craziness, but then things start getting a little too ridiculous. M. Night Shyamalan can sometimes have a tendency to take things a bit further than they need to go, and I think that lack of restraint hurt this film just a little bit during its climax. So something else you're probably wondering about is the ending and whether there's a twist or not. And all I'll say is that Split ends well, and there is a slight twist, but it's not going to be what you'd expect. I really enjoyed the closing minutes of the film, but just prepare yourself, that's all I'll say. But overall, I think Split is a very good film and potentially marks the return of M. Night Shyamalan. I thought it had some exceptional acting, a thrilling, intense story, some quality humor, and a strong ending. I also felt the climax got a little too ridiculous, and the mixing of humor sometimes got in the way of the direction the story was headed. I'm still going to give Split an 8 out of 10 and recommend that you see this one in theaters if you're looking for a well-acted thriller film with a unique story. So did you guys see Split yet? What did you think of it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if not, let me know whether you'd be interested in watching this film or not. And as always, if you like this video, click that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for much more content like this. That's all for now though. This is WillFoxification signing off. See you in the next review.